Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
What's up, everybody? This is L.A. Williams, and I am here on the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, where we talk to you about everything making money in the automotive industry. So today I have a super duper special guest. This guy is the managing partner at Brooklyn Mitsubishi. He is also the founder of the Automotive Game Changer Conference. So, man, without further ado, I'm going to bring my main man to the microphone, Mr. L. Patronn. What's going on, L?
What up, LA? What up, kid?
Man, super duper excited to have you on the podcast today. Definitely appreciate you coming on. So even before we get deep into it, tell us about your background in the automotive industry.
I mean, basically, I've been in the business about 15 years. You know, I got into sales. I was delivering pizzas at the time, and one of my good friends, God rest in peace, and he got into the car business right away, and he just, at 18 years old, was driving around all these big cars, and, everybody thinks he's a drug dealer now, So, and we come up together, and listen, I said, put me on, man. You got to put me on. I'm Spanish and this and that. And at the time, I was in Long Island. I always lived in Long Island when I came here from El Salvador, and, he was all the way in the Bronx. So he brought me over there, and they want to make me a porter, and I said, no, I'm not going to be a porter. So I went to a couple interviews because it was a little hard to get hired back then, without experience.
Wow.
So they gave me a shot, they gave me a training, and I just took off from there.
That's pretty cool, man. So basically what I hear you saying right there is you got to have standards. You're not just going to stick me any old place. I want to be where I'm making some money. Is that what I heard you say?
Absolutely. You got to give me the shot, right? That's what I said. And I said, let me prove it to you. You know what I mean? I was even willing to work and not get paid just to show them that that's how bad I really wanted it.
Wow. See, and that's a key right there, because everybody's like, oh, give me, I want to get the money now. But it was more so about proving yourself. That's pretty powerful stuff.
Absolutely.
So when you think about the money that you made, talk about maybe your first year, maybe how many units you average, different things like that.
My first year, I made $94,000. I was averaging around 26 to 28 cars a month. I mean, my referral game was crazy. I used to, if they already knew, the other salesman, if I started to order lunch with the customers, like, oh man, it's a done deal, right? and then a couple of days later, they would bring their dads and their cousins, and I would just sell cars to all their family. And at the end, I really didn't take any ups because my referral game was strong. People loved me,
Wow. And that's huge. That's huge to hear. Again, you're 21, younger than 21 years old.
Yep.
Making close to $100,000 a year. Man, I'm
Yep.
telling you, you definitely had to be excited. And then you said you weren't even really, using the internet like that. You were doing referrals, things like that.
I didn't even graduate high school, my dude. I was like, wow, jackpot. I hit the lotto here. This is it. This is my thing, this is my niche. And the Spanish kind of helped me in the Bronx. So I took off from there, and I did really well with the Spanish community over there. And that's really what made me take off from there.
Wow. So basically it was so crazy because I got a Facebook post. Somebody, how they do the not recommend internet sales 20 group. They said they kicked him out because he was black. And I put a picture of myself up. I'm like, are you sure? Is that what really happened? So basically what I hear you saying is that it doesn't matter, race, color, creed, any of that type of stuff. You can still be successful. Is that right?
Absolutely, man. That's the least of your worries, man. If you got heart, you got dedication, perseverance, you're going to make it no matter what, man.
Wow. So talk about how people make excuses and stuff like that, and how that doesn't mix when it comes to making money. Because that's something I say all the time. You can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both at the same time.
Because people are lazy, LA. Right now, people don't want to put in the work, man. They just want to, they're about that life, right? Oh, they want to drive the nice car. They want to have the nice watch and this and that. But let me tell you, man, it's a lot of freaking work. Like, it took me 15 years to get where I am, right? It took me 15 years to get that 1 year that, boom, just blew up. You know what I'm saying? I just kept going at it, and I just didn't give up. Persistent. And then people's like, what the hell is this guy doing? But you know what? I made it work, and it works for me, for my market. And people just don't want to work. Everybody wants the freaking shortcuts. You know, everybody wants to get the surgery instead of going to the gym. Everybody wants to skip the steps and just want, to get the girl. Like, it doesn't work that way. You got to put in the work. Bottom line, my work ethic is crazy. Nobody's gonna outwork me, bro. Okay. So when I give that lifestyle, when I'm having that car, whatever I want to get, right? Financial freedom's what I'm after. I earned it, man. I earned it, and I show it. Okay, that's just who I am.
Absolutely, that's phenomenal.
I'm proud of it. Because I'm proud of it.
As you should be, man, 100%. So, all right, so tell us what's the real deal. So right now, I'm just getting in the automotive industry. I'm 18, 19, 20 years old, 21, or even if I'm a little older, but yet, I really want to be successful. I'm just now starting off. It's 2019. How do I make money as a salesperson in the automotive industry?
I mean, wow, right? What a time to get into the car business. Because right now, with all these platforms that we have, you can pretty much generate whatever freaking money you want to make, man. Like, and it's free. Like, you just got to put yourself out there. People are just afraid to put themselves out there. And there's a lot of customers that want to relate to you. Whatever it is that you're into, man. If you're into sports, if you're into freaking horses, whatever it is, whatever your passion is, you got to show it to the world, man. Like, you can't be, there's a lot of stuff that we're talented for. You know what I'm saying? Some people got the talent. You need a little more than talent, right? Like the work ethics. But some people are just not willing to come out of the shell, and they're wondering, why they're not making the money they're making? Why they're not getting the opportunities what they're getting? And, a lot of people just focus on how much they're going to make first before they want to put in the time. I interview people all the time, like, well, what's the pay plan and what's that? And I'm like, I don't even know if you're going to make it.
Absolutely, man.
The pay plan is like, let's see if you can do it for 2 weeks and put in the hours. You know what I'm saying?
100%. So go ahead, man. Keep talking.
2019, I mean, if you got the opportunity to get into the car business, and right now it's very easy to get into the car business, right? So you got to distinguish yourself from the difference, right? From the competition. If you're going to be with the guys smoking and joking and be in the crowd and bro, that's not going to make you money, man. You got to come in and you got to be productive, right? What are you doing for those 12 hours that you're spending? Are you making videos? Are you, calling customers? He's just not going to come to you. It's not going to happen. Don't rely on the BDC. Don't rely on the dealership. Promote yourself and create your own business like I did.
Wow. And it's crazy because Sean says it all the time. It's like, if I'm going to take time away from my family, I might as well make it productive. I might as well turn it into something. So 100% agree.
Absolutely.
All right. So now here's the thing. There's some people who, they might have made money as a salesperson. They may have sold 15, 20 cars or something like that. But yet, then they get promoted to a manager. Now, how do you make money as a manager in the automotive industry?
Well, normally you get promoted as a manager because you're very good, right, by yourself, and you have very, very good talent. So either a GM like me is going to look at it like, all right, you know what? I can capitalize from this guy, and I can give him a little group of sales guys to see if that talent, right, it can go into the next level and see if it can motivate other people. But the problem is that they make you a manager just because you're selling 20, 25 cars, but they don't teach you how to manage. They don't teach you how to look at the vision, how to get the best out of your people. So you can set up yourself as a failure, right, as a manager, or you can set yourself up where, you know what? You can take these 5, 6 guys and get the best out of them. You work the shit out of your pay plan, okay, and make more than the rest of the managers. And not saying you're going to make it to GSM and make it to GM if you think a little bit different from the rest of them. But if you're just going to join everybody, be like, oh, yeah, it's slow, is this, is that, and give all the freaking excuses in the world, guess what? You're still going to be just a mediocre manager. Bottom line.
Absolutely. They talk about the 80-20 rule, man. 80% of people do 20% of the work, and then 20% of the people do 80% of the work. And you gotta, if you're going to be successful, what I hear you saying is that you got to be a part of that 20%. And then if you're going to really elevate, I mean, because you went all the way up, you're managing partner, man, in the top 2%. How did you do that? Was there a certain, I mean, I hear you saying work ethic. I hear you saying, not doing what everyone else is doing, but was there anything else? Is there something else that I'm missing?
I earned it, man. I put in the work. I mean, I show the numbers, right? Numbers don't lie. I took a place from selling, 100 cars a month, right, to nearly 400 cars. I average just 300, 350 every month. So, and it has to do with my process, right? I have three things: process, people, product, right? If you have good process, you're gonna basically be successful. The product is the product. But at the end of the day, we're in the people business. We sell ourselves. You come in, customers are going to come in regardless. But what are you doing differently than the guy down the block? If you just taking the up and just doing the same thing the guy is doing and lowballing customers, it's not going to separate you from the pack. And that's why I'm doing the numbers that I'm doing. Even in this economy that's going on, whatever's going on, we're going to sell 20 cars today. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Well, everybody's struggling.
That's huge. So now when you talk about process, that's, I think, people's biggest challenges, because it's like, okay, do I have a process? Is it the right process? Is it a good process? What do I need to know about process to make sure that I'm successful?
Focus on the things that you're not good at. The things that you're good, you're going to be good because you've been good all along, right? So focus on improving the things that you're not good at. If you're not good at time management, like I wasn't good at time management, so I got really good at it, Now I got my calendar, my Google Calendar. I don't schedule things twice, right? So I focus on the things that I'm not good at, because the things I'm already good at, I do it automatic. But people just don't focus on the little things that they're not good at. And I feel that if you focus on those little things, right, you're going to make massive improvement.
Absolutely, El Patronn. I totally agree with you. And the reason is because most people don't want to have their flaws exposed. And in order to be good at something, you got to be transparent. You need to know what your flaws are so that you can get the tools necessary in order to get the help that you need. Even for myself, I've got a great memory, but at the same time, I could forget some stuff. So what do? I put them on a calendar, right? Because things that are important go on a calendar. So how do I remember all of my important stuff? I rely on my calendar. So that was excellent. Now, I want to ask this question. How do you hold on to growth in the automotive industry? Because so many people think you can't make money, all this type of crazy stuff. How do you actually hold on to the growth?
Okay, so I believe in value, okay? People are willing to pay more for value, okay? And also convenience. Most customers nowadays, they're looking at convenience, the Amazons of the world. So if you're building the value to the customer, if you're learning the product, right, what it separates you from the product, the OEMs gives you what this stands out for, right? So if it's an Outlander Mitsubishi versus a CRV, right, I'm going to know what's the benefits of the Outlander on the CRV. So build value on the car, whatever it is. If it's a 10-year, 100,000 warranty versus Honda giving you 3-year, 36,000 warranty, right? Focus on those things. Build a value to the customer that you can earn and ask for the sale. But most of them just want to just drop their pants because, we get scared that the customer is going to shop around and instead of building a value, instead of building that rapport with the customer and treat them like human beings, right? And earn their business. So I tell them the experience. I say, listen, if you focus on giving the client a better experience, they will buy the car from you, because there's a lot of bad salesmen out there.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. It's either lack of training or bad habits, right? Because it's just the culture of the store. I have a very positive culture on my store, and I don't allow negativity in my store for that reason, because it spreads like wildfire, and it's like cancer. I can't have it. I get rid of the cancer. Does that make sense? Absolutely,
man. And so you said two things that I want you to kind of elaborate on. The first thing you mentioned was benefits, right? Sometimes I watch people, they'll even do a video and they're on YouTube, they're trying their best, but they're talking about features. Can you explain the difference between the features of the car or the benefits of, working with you? What is the differences?
There's a big difference, because you see, most of the time you need to listen to the customer, what it is that their needs are. If they're buying a car for their daughter, right, and their concern is safety, you're not going to talk about the horsepower on the car. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna
Yeah.
focus on the hot buttons that the guy said. I'm looking for a car for my daughter, so you're gonna focus on all the safety features of that damn thing, and you're gonna elaborate on that how safe his daughter or their daughter is gonna be.
Mm.
Instead of saying, "Oh, this car can go RPM," you don't want to hear that. So that's what I mean by building the value and listening to the customer what it is that they want. Because most of us don't listen to the customer. The customer will tell you how to sell them the car. All you got to do is listen.
Wow.
And you will sell them the car. Build value based on that.
Yeah, I love it, man. And so the feature might be the blind spot monitor, but the benefit is so that she won't move into another lane when there's a car in her blind spot and possibly get into an accident. Two totally different things.
Correct.
All right, awesome stuff. So the second thing that you mentioned, which I believe is absolutely huge, was culture. So how in the world did you create a great culture? Can you just talk about culture in the automotive industry? Because I think it's huge, but some people they either just can't quite figure it out or something. So can you talk to the people about culture?
Okay, so basically, it is the hardest thing on any company to do, okay, is to change culture because that's what tells you how this company is going to run. Now, this company used to be very negative culture here when I took over, okay, a little less than 2 years ago. And let me tell you, it was one of my hardest things to do, to change this thing from a negative to a positive. So I had to kind of regroup, right, and basically get rid of the negativity, get rid of the cancer. Sometimes it's managers. They have those managers that are just negative. Look at a deal and, they're just negative. So I changed that around. It took us a while to get there, but the reason why I'm successful at changing culture is because it starts from the top. My partner, right, a dealer principal, believes in it, and he says, "You know what? You're right. Okay, it's all about the law of attraction, right? Positivity. Because if you're negative at a dealership, you're just gonna keep drawing the negativity to you, all right, towards you, and it's just bad for business, right? The customer gets it as well because they can read that energy, man." Over here, you feel the energy so positive. Everybody's just, let's make it happen, right? Everybody's on the same page, like, yo, let's try to make it happen. Oh, the customer said no? Okay, try this way, go this way, right? Let's get another manager in their face and let's see a different approach. And you see the results. That's why the numbers went crazy because we started changing the culture and now everybody's on board with it. So it's not 100% and it's going to be one of the hardest things to do. Okay, but I use the 80-20 rule. If 80% is there and 20%, I'm okay with that. If it's the other way around, you got a problem. You got a bigger problem than just selling cars. Believe me.
Yeah, absolutely. You got an 80% negative culture is a huge problem. I definitely understand. So here's the thing, because you're so on fire. So let me just ask, I'm just kind of be real direct. Did you have to fire some people? Can we just
a lot of people, bro. A lot of people.
Okay, because that's what people sometimes are afraid of doing. They're like, "Oh, this guy's been with me 6 years. I know he's struggling in this area, different." But sometimes you just gotta let some folks go, right?
You have to surround yourself with the people that want you to win just as bad as you. Okay, and it's not about hating or anything like that. It's just some people don't believe it. And when I got here, they said, "This store is never gonna get to that stupid number that you keep saying." I said, "Well, you believe that. That's not my belief. So therefore, you can't be part of my team, okay? If you're not on board with it. Right now, I got one of the best teams in the country right now, and I can honestly say that because we're selling cars out of a freaking Mitsubishi store. You understand what I'm saying? And we're making profit, and I'm making money. And it's not just about making money. We're making a change in the industry because this positive thing, I refuse to give into the negativity, bro. And I will continue to be positive no matter what. Because you know what? The number shows for it. It's working, okay? And it's going to work. Those Hitler days, that shit is over. So I don't like GMs that beat up the salesman and they just, you know what I'm saying? Like, for what, man? Like, for what? You're going to beat them up on a Saturday and you expect them to sell 20 cars on top of that? It doesn't work that way. Not in my book. So I ain't going to do it. Wow,
that's huge stuff. I mean, you said it, man. Just like Tony T. Shout out to Tony T. He said, "We out here selling cars like candy bars." So real quick, because I want to say one more thing, because I think that the negativity, in order to eliminate it, we gotta uncover it, right? We gotta discover it. We gotta talk about it. So what are the most common mistakes from the worst people in the dealership? Like, I know we talked about complaining, we talked about no work ethic. What else would you say that they're doing?
They're just being complacent, okay? They're afraid of they're uncomfortable. They're comfortable getting uncomfortable. You understand? So basically, they're just complacent. They don't want to change. And I get it. Change is scary. They're scared because they don't like the change. If a new manager comes in and wants to implement everything, right, they all huddle up and they go against the guy. Instead of being open-minded, it's like, yo, you know what? Let me try what this guy is saying. Maybe it's been working for him. Right? And we tried it here. Some people did not go along with the change. They're no longer here. You understand? And we're selling more cars. So be more open-minded and stop being complacent. Coming in here, ordering your breakfast for 2 hours, then you ordering lunch for another 2 hours, and customers are coming in. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing for the company and for yourself. So get a city job and let the winners win. The guys who really want to work.
Yes, that's it, man. I'm gonna send. I had a conversation with a general manager today, and explaining that exact thing to him, and he's just like, "Oh, man, I'm sending this podcast straight to him. He's gonna be one of the first." I'm so serious. All right, so let's talk about the opposite side of the coin, the successful people. What are the habits of the most successful people at the dealership, and what do you see them do?
Okay, those are the guys at 10, 11 o'clock at night putting plates on the car. And they came in at 9 in the morning. Those are the guys that are not joking around. You don't see them in the bunch, right, smoking with the rest of them. You see them on the phone, making phone calls, taking videos of the freaking cars, right, FaceTime with a customer, right? They're in the lot, walking the lot, making sure they know the fresh inventory that came in, taking pictures of the new trades, whatever came in, so they can memorize the car when they have that customer in their head and with them. So, oh, shit, I got that trade. You know what? Let me show you this car. Those are the guys that are always on the top on the board, okay? And they come in whenever they have to come in. They don't think about, oh, I'm off Sunday, blah, blah, blah. They schedule the customer the next 2 days because they're off. No, they're coming in to deliver that car. They're like, listen, I'm off tomorrow, but I'm coming to deliver your car. So I don't even got to ask them to come in on their day off. Those are the guys that are always going to be on the top. Those are the guys that get hated for because, oh, he gets fed, he gets this. No, bullshit. He follows up. So guess what? The guy that's on the top, I'm going to feed him a little bit. Of course I will. Why would I give the winning shot to a guy that doesn't even show up or is late every day versus I can give it to my guy that's here day in and day out? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. The spoils go to the victor. I love it, man. That's exactly.
So I even put up with their crap. If you're a producer for me, I'm going to put up with a little bit of your crap. You know, you want to go out and party and this and that. I'm okay with that because you deserve to live a little also. It's not just about work. I like to party myself. But when it's time to work, you got to put in the work, okay? You got to put in the work. And most salespeople, they're just complainers and they're lazy and they're just complaining about the next guy. On the guy that's doing, but the guy that doesn't complain is the guy on the lot, walking the lot, right? He's actually taking pictures of the car. FaceTime, that's the guy that's actually being productive.
Going above and beyond. Absolutely. I love it. So we talked a lot about being successful in the automotive industry, but what about outside the auto? Is there anything that you're doing specifically outside of the automotive industry to branch out and maybe brand yourself? Because I always say, listen, brand yourself or damn yourself. So what are some things that you're doing?
Listen, sky's the limit, man. Like I branded myself, right? So I didn't know what the hell I was doing a year ago. People was calling me clown and this and that online. And what is this guy doing? This funny guy with the glasses or whatever. And that's my logo or whatever. But, you know, the shit went viral.
But you got a logo? Wait a minute. Did you have a logo? Was this at a salesperson level, management level? When did you get a logo?
I got the logo, actually. I was already a sales manager. GSM, actually, before I became GM. I got my own little logo. And I just kind of like modify a little bit better, you know, because I went through a transformation with my weight and stuff like that. So, you know, I created a brand, and, you know, basically just the opportunities that it came out of that is endless. And there's some things that I'm not going to get involved because I get calls from everybody. But certain things are just, you know, if I'm not going to be in it, I'm all in. I'm the kind of guy that's all in or nothing at all. I'm not in between. So just like you said to me, right, y'all, 7 o'clock in the morning, I got it. So I had to get up at 4:30 this morning to be here in this podcast at 7 in Brooklyn to have the dealership by myself. You know what I'm saying? So if I commit to something, I'm gonna do it. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So I'm the acting CEO of the Next Sale app, right? This app that I'm branding. I'm working with this company called Black Widow, right? They want me to push this thing for them, and these are products in the car business that big CEOs and big companies are looking into it, like AutoNation, Lithia Group. All those people are reaching out because I put myself out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And we'll put some links to all of that stuff in the show notes, so everybody can kind of check you out. That's pretty cool. All right, so when it comes to being successful, there's a lot of people that say, there's maybe some books that I should be reading. Some people are readers, some people aren't. Is that important? And if it is there a certain book that you would recommend for the listeners to read?
Yes, it's important. I'm more like a video kind of guy, okay, which is why I have so many freaking videos online. But the book that I would highly recommend is The Secret. It was given to me, all right, about the law of attraction. I read the book. I watched the documentary.
I'm about to say it's actually a video too on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour documentary video. And let me tell you, man, this thing is real. Like, I believe it, and it's happening to me. I wrote a check for $10 million this year. Yeah, I wrote a check.
Wait, rewind. Say that again.
I wrote a check for $10 million this year. I have it in my office. I stare at it every day. Every day. This is what I want to make this year. Okay? And some way, somehow, my brain just starts working. And like I said to you, I don't focus on the money, but I focus on all these opportunities that are coming to me. And these are $1 million deals that I'm getting. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, man. That's the definition. That's a millionaire car salesman right there. That's beautiful stuff. All right, so let's talk about, is it possible for a person to become a millionaire car salesman without training? Like, how important is training?
Extremely important.
I like the cut and dry. You know what I'm saying?
Extremely important. Okay. If you don't have training, man, you're gonna hit a plateau, and you're just not tapping into just deeper level stuff that you could be accomplishing. Because like I said to you, there's some people that are talented and they're good at selling cars, but they can take it to the next level, man. They just sometimes, I believe in my guys more than they believe in themselves, man. Like, I really push them really hard, and they're like, wow, I didn't know I could do that. I'm like, dude, you can do anything you freaking want. You just gotta want it. And I believe that they don't tap into that because they're not eager to learn more. I don't know it all. I'm not a know-it-all kind of guy. I learned something from the green pea that we just hired, you know what I'm saying, this week. I learned something from him. Wow. And I'm willing to learn from people like that. So I think that's why I continue to keep learning. So we never stop learning. So I watch a lot of videos when I'm at the gym, a lot of motivational stuff that gets me pumped, right? A lot of stuff from the guys that I look up to, from the guys that are doing better than me, right? And you always want to surround yourself with those people because they're doing something that's working for them. So you got to be able to get something from the people that are doing better, okay? And you want to have a role model. You want to have somebody that you want to look up to, because you know why? It can happen to you as well. But most people, that's what it is. This is what it, no, man, you got to tap into that. You got to, unlimited potential, but training, it's very important. So I take all the classes. I go to NADA, twice a month to learn about whatever it is, compliance, whatever new comes out. I send my managers to learn teamwork, all that stuff. They get training on all that because I can't just be the guy preaching it, right? They have to hear it sometimes from somebody else because you can't read the bottle from inside your freaking label, right?
That's pretty darn cool. I like that. Can't read the bottle from inside. So check this out. So you mentioned a couple of things. What's the number one thing that people should train on, and how often should they train?
I think training should be every day, man. People skills. People just don't have people skills. They really don't. It's really hard to communicate with customers sometimes. You got to be able to switch it up, man. You can't just be like rah and ghetto all the time. It depends who you have in front of you. So you got to be able to be like a chameleon and switch it up. with depending who you have in front of you. Some people do feel offended if you talk to them some kind of way. So, a salesman puts up a show. I put a good show. That's what I freaking win, because I'm all about the show. And whoever puts the best show win, goddammit. So if the customer comes to my showroom, you damn right I'm going to put a good show. I'm a salesman. Doesn't matter if I'm a GM, a manager, partner. We all sell, no matter what. So either the customer's going to sell you that they're not buying, or you're going to sell them the car. But somebody's going to get sold that day.
Sell or be sold, absolutely. So, man, that was phenomenal. All right, so just talk about this. What is it that you love about the automotive industry? Because you could be doing a whole lot of stuff. So what do you love about the automotive industry?
What's not to love, man? You come in there, every day is a different day. I don't have a boring job. When you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, man. And right now, I'm in love with the process, bro. Like I love marketing, right? And I get a high from looking at a car online, getting to watch the car, right? Market the shit out of that car. And 2 days later, the customer see you buying the car. That's like a hard one for me.
Wow.
So what's not to love about the car business? I mean, yeah, I hate the hours, right? But listen, I never graduated from high school, right? I make more than freaking lawyers and doctors, all right? And I get to be who I am, and I get to my passion. I'm doing what I love. So I'm in love with the car business because I love cars. I like people, and I like other people to see me and say, yo, he made it. Why can't I make it? And I want to help those people make it too. Because you know what? If I want to be happy, I got to make other people happy as well. And that's what it's about, making a difference, making a change. And then when I say, I'm going to change the world, I really mean it. Not because the world is going to, it's because I'm going to look at the world differently. The world's going to look at me differently. That's what that means. That's what the expression change the world means. So I really mean when I say I want to change the way cars are sold, take the negativity stigma out. So I'm on a mission, man. And yeah, I'm going to have fun doing it too. So I love it. I love it.
That was phenomenal, man. I'm telling you, everything that you said, you know how sometimes I say little recaps after what a person said? You just got to rewind that one because that was absolutely phenomenal. So, kind of give us, what's the one thing that our listeners need to know before we go? And then tell us some different ways that we might be able to connect with you if they want to hear more.
I mean, I'm on social media 24/7, right? If you want to know where I'm at any given time, all you got to do is check my timeline or check my Facebook. Everything gets dated, and I put a time on it. So you know what I'm saying? El Patronn Show. I put everything on my group. I have my own group as well, but mostly social media. I'm on social media 24/7. Okay, I love it. I put myself out there, and I do it. I'm 60 hours on social media a week.
Wow.
That's insane. It's a job in itself, but when you love what you do, like I said to you, I do it with such a passion that it's nothing to me. I love doing it. You know what I mean? On top of what I'm doing. So, because it's what I do. I mean, I posted like 3-4 times already since 5 o'clock this morning. Some people don't even do that in like a week.
Absolutely phenomenal stuff. So, basically, what I hear you saying is that you got to be everywhere. And that's the thing, because social media is the #1 communication channel on planet Earth. And so why not be there? Why not be where the people are?
Put yourself out there. Stop being afraid. Stop being scared, man. Like, face your fears. What's the worst that can happen? You know what I say? You're going to live your life, right? You're going to live until you die. So why not doing it, loving what you do? You're going to fail regardless. Some people have a job and they hate it, right? So why go to work hating what you do? If you're going to fail anyway, why not do what you love to do?
Absolutely. So goodness gracious, man, that's what I'm talking about. My man, El Patronn, he said, absolutely love what you do and you will be successful. Love what you do and you'll be a millionaire car salesman. Thanks for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like it, you love it, you want more of it, then don't wait for the next money show. Just go to bradleyondemand.com and take your career to the next level.